Hello, it's Emma Jo here from Lavinia Stamps, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this. Ooh. So this is a rather lovely tag, and I'm using some slightly different techniques. Not on the whole, but I'm introducing you to a couple of new things. So we've got new sentiment stickers, which are rather lovely. So you've got excuse me, lots of little things like little tiny phrases like out in the elements, blow away the cobwebs, look up. And that's the ones we're going to be using on this. But they come in these wonderful sheets and you can pick and choose your colours. So I've gone with the black writing on white background because it just fits this. And I rather love that little hare. Let's block my face, it's much better. That little hare, can you see? Isn't he rather lovely? Anyway, enough chat from me. Come with me. Let me show you how it's done. The background. And we're off. So, take yourself a large watercolour card tag, a size 9 stencil brush, and some Elements Ink Blue Atoll. And just build your colour up from the bottom upwards. You can see here what I've been doing is I pop my brush into the ink pad, lift the ink and then put it into the lid and swirl it round, and I find that gives me better control over the coverage that the brush has of the ink. That's just me personally, thought I'd share. Anyway, so you can see that there's more colour at the bottom and I'm adding more colour at the top now. But you've got a general feeling of blue. So what have we got here? Elements Ink Mermaid, building up colour at the top and at the bottom again. Take my fan brush, little bit of water, splat it on there and lift the colour up. Look at that, great texture. Now, stamping. So I'm using a border stamp, and it's called Border Stamp Floral, that I've inked up in VersaFine Clair Warm Breeze. And look at that, doesn't it? It just gives this lovely, well-finished feeling. Now, this is Woodland Hares, and it's the one that's standing up, looking up at the sky. I rather like him. And I've got my brush, and I am just moving some of the ink around because I've half inked up in Medieval Blue, VersaFine Clair, and half in Warm Breeze. So there we go. Let's just stamp him into position. Look. So using my Kuretake Clean Colour Reel brush pens and the blues, I'm just going around some of that colour to blend it in. And create the sort of feeling I wanted. There we go. And use your brush to just smooth it about a bit. Now you can see with these brush pens, just literally by starting at the base and flicking up, you can create these rather effective grass or plant-like shapes. So now we're going to colour the pattern. So again, using my Kuretake Clean Colour Reel brush pens, I've got the pink and I'm just going around some of the flowers. Just adding brief touches of colour without too much. It's just subtle, that's what I'm trying to say. Subtle touches of colour that I'm building up and taking away until I'm happy. So that was my pink, and this is little sort of a yellow, which I'm doing the centres. I think these stamps just work so well for building up a texture on which our characters can stand. It's fabulous. So I'm just adding my yellow, but the thing is, I'm probably not going to keep that there, but it gives me an inkling of where to draw when I'm using my secret weapon. So I've just put some water over the top and blotted it to take any excess colour off. Now this is my Posca pen. I've obviously decided a flower or two would look daisy-like, and that generally, when I add white, it's to try and break up some intense colour, and that's what I'm doing here, breaking up some intense colour. There we go. And that's a darker blue on the foot of my Woodland Hare with a little bit of white as a highlight. And the same on the other foot. And even on the paws. Not too much. We don't want too much. Well, that's rather sweet, I think, don't you? Not finished yet, my friends. Oh no. So I'm adding a little touch of yellow to the outside of that blue plant type thing that we created. Something to look at. Now, what is our Woodland Hare looking at? Very good questione. So what I'm doing is I'm again using the Hill Border floral stamp, and I've inked it up in VersaFine Claire Warm Breeze, and I've just stamped it across the top. And using a Posca pen, I'm going around the swirls, again breaking up some of that colour, but remember what I said, there might be something different happening. Bear with. So I'm just highlighting some of the swirls and the flowers. Adding some dots. I mean, he could be looking up, it could be about to start snowing, you never know. Adding text. So we've got some rather lovely new sentiment stickers, and it's Sentiment Stickers 6, and these are Diddy, so they're perfect for journaling and for tags. And I've just decided to add a couple here. And that last one says, look up. Right, so this one is Mixtion. You're going to wonder what this is. It is not something you buy in the chemists for a rather unfortunate ailment. It is Mixtion Relief by Pebeo. And you can see, because it's got a rather good long, thin nozzle, you can apply it in shapes. So I'm able to follow the swirl of that pattern, let it dry, and then add some foil to it, which was something I would never have thought of doing before, but this magic stuff lets it happen. So wait for it to dry, but meanwhile, we'll do something else. So I've got my Kuretake Clean Colour Reel brush pens, and I'm just doing a stripe around the outside. And you're going to wonder why. Well, it's a sort of subtle frame. Add a little bit of water to your brush and blend that in. So that we get a bit of an edge. I rather like that. Bit of water on that brush again, and move that pen to where you want it to go. Doesn't have to be a straight line. In fact, you know, sometimes I think breaking up the straight line of an edge really softens everything and makes it look more organic, which is rather lovely. Using a paler blue, I'm just doing a line underneath the stickers that we've put out there. And with a bit of water on my brush, smudging it so you get a rather lovely looking shadow underneath. Superb. So now we're going to add touches of more bling. How, I hear you ask? Well, first of all, I'm just going to tidy up the edges with my size 9 stencil brush, a bit of blue atoll, and just go around where we've got that lovely frame that we put on with the kuritake brushes. Now I'm using that Pebeo Mixtion Relief again, but this time I'm just dotting it around my the text. And I'm adding an edge using that Mixtion. And that nozzle lets you do a fine line so you can have a wiggly frame and go over it again if you wanted to. An intersecting wiggly line. Love it. So use your Ranger heat tool just to take it to a point where it bubbles and then stop, and add some foil. Now I've decided to use Wow Fab Foil's Ice Blue and a bit of silver. Now here you can see I'm using a bit of silver at the top. And it just catches, doesn't it? It just catches the light and makes it look rather lush. So it's a little bit of ice blue as well. I love mixing these colours because they work so well together and it stops it from looking flat. There's more depth to it, more dimension, and a little bit of teal, not much, a little bit, goes a long way. Oh, look at that. Stencil brush size 9, bit of blue atoll, go over the top and you can add a little bit of colour to it, which is fab. Now it says here, adding a frame. Ah, size 9 stencil brush, Elements Ink Mermaid. Do you remember what I said about adding a bit of colour to it and it looks fab? That's what we're doing. We're adding a bit of colour to that foil and it will catch some of it, which is lovely. Now, if you feel that you want to just tidy up some of that mixtion because maybe it's splattered a bit, just get your scissors, don't open them, and just use them to scratch the foil back to the shape that you want. Now I'm using a white Posca pen to go around some of the foil dots that I had done. It's lovely. And there, my friends, you have it. You did it. A look-up tag. Well done. Well, I don't know about you, but I particularly enjoyed trying out this new Mixtion from Pebeo. I really enjoyed that, and making the foil work actually stand proud from what we're actually, from the pattern itself. Can you see? You probably can't on here, but it is raised just a little with that. And I think it just adds a little something. And the extra fine nozzle means that you can do all the swirls in those border patterns and make them come alive with metallic. It's fab. Love it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have making this tag. Thank you very much for coming along and having a go with me. If you'd like to leave a comment about this craft, please do. Just pop it in the post below and I will do my best to get back in touch with you as soon as I can. But in the meantime, you take care, have a fab day and happy crafting. Bye.